Welcome back to On the Mark, episode 2 of Austin Fit Magazine's podcast here at Ready to Run. Andrew Esparza with me right now from Round Rock.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for being with me. Let's start off with a thank you to Ready to Run, a specialty running store retailer located off of Far West Boulevard. It's one of the community's most trusted places to buy the best running shoes, gear, and spikes for the last 13 years. For any elementary, middle school, or high school athlete who comes into the store, 15% discount. That is the store's promise to the running community, and it is amazing. So come on in and enjoy what they have to offer. We want to thank them first off.
Yes.
Now, Andrew, we're here.
Yeah.
And you've had an incredible season so far, a couple weeks of running. But let's go through some of your races so far.
Yes,
So you won HOKA McNeil recently. Big race, a precursor to the state championships. You were third at Marcus T and a new career best over 5,000 meters, 14:55. And you're a returning state championship qualifier from last year where you were 52nd in the 6A race. And you've also won twice to begin the season. So really good year. You got postseason coming up on Wednesday. Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's when we're starting our district meet.
Are you excited?
I'm excited kind of heading into the championship season. I know that this is kind of what we've been preparing for as a team as well as like a individual. This is kind of where you want to perform your best.
Yeah.
And so looking forward to it.
If you're a little nervous, do you lean on teammates or do you lean on what the team is trying to accomplish to sort of offload some of those stakes for you?
Yeah, I think my team is something really good to like rely back on, knowing that like we are a 6A pretty big school and like we have standards and we know that we have goals, we have success, but knowing that like even if something did happen, my teammates were there for me and like they can always cover something that I can't do.
Yeah. So how are you feeling so far about, going into your sophomore year where you're much more refined, you've prepared yourself immensely for this moment? Do you go in with a confidence, with a poise that maybe is a little bit more than last year?
Mm-hmm. I think kind of now that I'm a junior, kind of an upperclassman, so just kind of having more experience under the belt is going to help me a lot heading into the championship season. I think my sophomore and freshman year, I've had some struggles heading into the championship season, more of like sickness and that kind of thing. So I think hopefully I can stay healthy this coming season or end of the season, and I think just hoping and I guess being successful is one of the things I want to do this season, because I know that in the past that I've had the capability to, but I just always haven't been able to put it together. And so I'm just trying to put all the parts together.
I may have said you were a sophomore. My apologies there. How old are you?
I'm 16.
Okay. Do you drive yet?
I do drive, yes, sir.
Do you get your license right off the bat once you turn 16?
In May, as soon as I turn 16, the day after, I think I had my birthday on a Saturday. So come Monday, I was at the DMV office getting my license.
Okay. What's that been like driving on the road? Kind of have a little bit more responsibility?
Yes, sir. I think my parents have enjoyed not having to wake up at 6 a.m. and drive me to practice. So having that ability to drive myself to practice and kind of, hang out with my friends and be able to drive my friends around, it's been a fun opportunity.
Okay. All right. Very cool. It's a rite of passage for anyone
Yes,
sort of coming of age there. What has this fall been for you? What has it represented in terms of growth?
I feel like I've grown a good amount. I think my team has grown. I think I've grown. I think we had a young squad last year, and I think we're getting to the age where we're kind of becoming a mature squad. And I think as an individual, I want to be able to perform. So I think having that growth from becoming an upperclassman now and kind of being more of a junior, I've seen crazy growth, especially like going into a race with a lot more confidence than as a freshman or a sophomore. You're kind of nervous. I think coming in knowing that like you are upperclassman, you are the one people are looking out for, it has helped me a lot.
So what does like added responsibility or leadership look like?
I think kind of just you have to be there for those younger guys now. You have stepped into a role where you are there for them. Like I know when I was a freshman and sophomore, I had seniors, I had juniors I could lean on whenever I got nervous in the championship race or a state race, And so I kind of want to be there for my younger guys, such as freshmen or sophomores, during their championship season. I know how stressful it can be. I know how nerve-wracking it can be, and just kind of being there for them is going to be something I'm looking forward to this championship season.
Have you seen any young runner that sort of resembles what you were at that age?
Yes,
A couple of them?
I think there's a couple. There's a lot of them on the team that's like that has kind of the same mindset and same growth ability of like being able to step up in that position and kind of be a top 5 runner for Roanoke High School, and that's a pretty big thing.
Your goals are beyond just top 5 at Round Rock.
No, sir.
You want to win state.
Yes,
you
sir.
want to get beyond. That's great. And I think when I look at running, obviously not everyone's going to win at all. It's very hard to win, and I think every moment is sort of a point to learn about how you performed, and a chance to recognize how to sort of fix a performance. In cross country, you control your own outcomes often. So for you, how have you managed to control your efforts, your outcomes? What has that been like for you this year?
I think in the past I really have been taking in like some things that I haven't really processed that until this year. I feel like the last track season, my sophomore track season, heading into this season, I really noticed that like you can do what you're capable of, and you control how your season goes. So if you have a bad race, that doesn't have to be your bad season. You can just forget about that race and move on, have a more successful season. Just don't let that one thing affect you. I think that's a big thing about like you control what you do in life. And so like me, I started off with a bad track season last year. I opened my first mile 4:31, I think, and being able to end my season at 4:13, I think that was a huge success, and just kind of forgetting about how I started it and being able to move on and kind of do bigger things.
Yeah. Everything moves so fast nowadays. Maybe there's more races, but there's also maybe less opportunities to run as well as you might think you want to run. So is there pressure? Have you felt that, like, I need to, not only I want to win, but is it I want to run faster too? And in track season, I can't start out X time, I need to be faster. Is there sort of that pressure that you feel sometimes to sort of be in a place when, you might not necessarily be there,
Yeah, I think there's always pressure to everything, but I think pressure is a privilege, and I think being able to kind of have that pressure, and it's like you control your outcome. So you have that pressure, but at the end of the day, like, you do what you want to do, no matter how much pressure there is, and being successful is really your choice. And I mean, you can make a season of what you make of it.
Yeah. What is mental toughness to you?
I think mental toughness is like a strength that I guess you can build, and it's not something you just have. It's something you build throughout your course or career. I think it's good to have, because being mentally tough can help heading into like championship season or state meets you want to win or meets you want to do good, and you have to be mentally strong. I have an example of mental toughness. Was like at regionals during track season where I ran my 4:13. That night we actually our roof started leaking and there was water in our room.
You were in a hotel?
A hotel. It was 2 a.m. and our roof started leaking and there was water everywhere, right? But I think that's when we had a freshman. We had a freshman in Leo, who was our third runner. He, me and him were racing next morning, and so kind of just having that in the back of our minds could really affect some people. But he's mentally tough. I think I'm mentally tough. I think just we went out there and he ran 1:56 and I ran 4:13. So we still performed at a high level, even though we had some setbacks or struggles.
Did you change rooms?
We did, yes, sir.
Okay, good. You didn't sleep in the water.
No, sir. We got up and had to move rooms at 2 a.m.
Okay, very cool. I want to dig into last year's state race too. You finished 52nd as a sophomore. Probably not where you want to be.
Yes, sir.
When you look back at that performance, did you tell me you were sick or something too?
Sir. I think kind of. I don't want to make excuses, but I think I was sick, and I think it was one of those things where I had to rethink about heading in that track season. I was rethinking what happened, what went wrong.
Yeah.
And no matter me being sick, I still could have done better. I think mentally, I just wasn't there. Like, I didn't want it as bad as I do heading in kind of now. I was just running because I was like, I made it to state, but I didn't want to be top 10. I don't want to be top 20. I think this season I have bigger goals than just making it to state,
Do you think you realized that once you lost that opportunity?
I think once you realize the opportunity's passed, you realize you could have done more. I think you see it every time people race. It's like, oh, I still had a little left of me. I still had this left of me. But it's like you could have gave it your all, and it's your choice to do that.
Yeah. I think it's crazy to think about in any other sport, in a given game, you might be able to call a play and score a touchdown or shoot a three-pointer and make it or hit a home run. running, the work is done well before you even step to the line. And that begins actually in August. And sometimes you can't make up even into November and months. For you, you knew that? What did you do to make sure that you were ready?
I think some things you just have to make sure you're ready. Is like just mentally being there. And I think that's you can do all the training you want to do in the summer and the thing, like you want to get your team there, you want to be there, you want to show up to practice, work hard, but I think a big part of it is mentally. Like you have to mentally be there, and like as the season goes on, people kind of say, oh, and kind of slow down, become lazier, and like, oh, it's okay, we've done this, we did that, I already PR'd kind of thing. I think you have to want more, you know, as the season goes on, you have to still mentally be there, and like, I want to do this now. Like I PR'd, but I still want more. I want to win this. I want to do that. And I think that's a big part of it.
Tough to run in Texas, though.
Yes, sir. It is
in July and August months, June months. For you, running 7 days a week, or?
I try to get my mileage in 6 days a week, especially in the mornings because it does get hot. So the earlier we get out there and run, it feels a lot better.
So 5 a.m., 6 a.m.
Try to get 6:30, 6:45. Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, that's what you got to do here. That's just the way the world is here in Texas. Who's your most trusted confidant that you go to when you need to talk about something, you need to work through a race or work through a moment?
I have this one really good coach that is I met him during soccer, and he's like, I don't really play soccer anymore, but he's just been there kind of for me mentally. His name's Coach Lance. I think like anytime anything happens to me, like he's there for me. You know, if I have a bad race, I can go talk to him. He'll like teach me. You know, and I think he's been one of the people who's helped me get my mindset to where it is. Like he's the one that told me like, nothing's preventing you from doing good. You know, you have to go be and you have to go want it. But like, he's been there for me mostly.
Everyone's got to have their person.
Yes.
Everyone's got to have that someone that you can kind of lean on. So great to hear. Perfect outcome in 2025 for cross country. What is it for you?
Podium at state. I think that's the thing. Everyone's goal. I think everyone wants to do something good. I think my good goal is going to be podium at state.
Just starting there.
Yes, sir.
Do you hope to run after?
I do hope to make it to. Hope to perform at NXR, which is Nike Cross Regionals, which I think a lot of people are going to. I think it's a pretty big meet, and then obviously the goal would be after that to make it to Nike Nationals.
One step at a time.
One
step at a time. Okay. What's the most fun you've ever had in a cross country race?
Ooh, the most fun I've ever had in a cross race. I think I gotta say this year's Marcus T Invitational meet. I think not only did I PR, but also just in the environment and just being there was really fun. Not just during the race, but before the race, after the race. My teammates, we celebrated after performing. Everyone PR'd there, I think. So it was really good at that. And then before the race, it was just cool to stay in a hotel with your teammates and kind of have that experience with them. It was really fun.
Where'd you celebrate at?
We stopped off at Buc-ee's. We did.
Love it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, closest Buc-ee's to Round Rock is what? Temple?
I think somewhere around that area.
So how often are you going to Buc-ee's?
We try to go every travel meet. So
when
we go down to Corpus, we'll stop down the one down there. When we go to San Antonio, we'll stop the one down there. When we go up to Dallas, we'll stop by one in Temple. And like we try to go each travel meet. It's like a thing we do.
What's your must-have from Buc-ee's?
I think one of the must-haves is gotta be the sandwiches, the brisket sandwich. I think those are really, really good. I think everyone has to try it at least once if they haven't.
That's fair. Okay, that's great. I love the Buc-ee's shout-out.
Yes, sir.
All right. What's one thing that makes you smile during a race?
One thing that makes me smile is like, I guess, seeing my teammates behind me. You know, seeing them in front of me, and just knowing they're around me, and knowing that like that there's someone I can lean on. You know, being able to go in a race with 3 of my teammates by my side, knowing that like we're pushing each other. You know, like. It's the thing, like, you can't fall back knowing that your teammates are there pushing for you. And so you want to do good, they want to do good. I mean, it's one of those things.
Love it. All right, we had a couple questions submitted by Ready to Run here, and they're fun ones. So let's get into it pretty quickly. Obviously, they're specialty running stores.
Yes.
So first question, what are your favorite shoes to run in?
Oh, it's changed a lot, but I think one of my favorite trainers were the ASIC Nova Blast. I think those were I don't know what about them. It's just
We're getting a nod from James over there. Yeah. He loves it.
They were one of my first shoes I got, and like the ASIC Nova Blast, I had the 3s, and those are just probably one of I got like 3 pairs of them because they're just so good.
Okay, so you're working through. The next question would be the rotation of shoes.
Rotation.
What are you rotating through?
Oh, I rotate them. Like, they weren't all at the same time, but I rotate them. I have a workout shoe. I wear, well, those are so good, like, for everything, but
Yeah.
I wear the Nike Vaporflies for not too many workouts, but some of my faster
Important
work.
ones.
Yes, sir.
Important
For my
ones.
faster work.
Okay.
I do have a pair of Nike Vomeros. I also rotate kind of in there. My race day spikes for cross have been the Dragonflies XCs, but when it comes down to track, I always wanted to try the Victories, I think, but this season I've been going the Dragonfly 2 Elites.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's a must-have.
I think so, yes, sir.
What's the most amount of miles you've put on a shoe?
Ooh, so we had like this, I know it's a bad thing to say, but we had like a competition within our team about who could do the most. That's not
On a
healthy.
shoe.
Not healthy, don't do that. But I got up to 1,000 miles on one shoe.
What?
Yes, sir, it's so unhealthy. Don't.
Recently?
I retired them in July, so.
Oh my goodness.
I know,
Okay.
it's so bad, but.
What was second place?
I was like down there. There's kids that could go high. Like it was.
Oh, you didn't win
No,
the
I didn't.
competition.
No. There's some of these kids could put crazy miles on their shoes.
Okay.
I know, it was crazy.
All right, I got a couple miscellaneous from there. What's the worst food to eat before a race?
I think obviously one of the worst foods you can eat before is just like greasy food or like probably like pizza. Like I don't know, that's not something you want to be eating before a race.
Like a Pizza Hut thick crust.
Like it's just going out and like just I don't know, something like hot dogs, pizza. Just don't eat those stuff before.
After the race?
After the race to celebrate, you could do that.
Okay. What's the best song to listen to during a training run?
During a training run, oof. I'm not too big on music. I think I kind of just give the aux to my teammates and just let them do their thing. But they got some good country songs, so I think country music is something that they enjoy listening to.
Okay. Any artists? Are you a country guy?
I'm not too big a country.
You don't like music in general.
I don't like music, I just listen to it. They just play something, I just enjoy it.
So there is no music that you enjoy.
No, sir. Not like crazy, no, sir.
Wow. Okay. That's cool. Okay. What's the best thing about Round Rock?
Best thing about Round Rock, if it's your first time going there, I think obviously you gotta go get Round Rock donuts.
See, I knew you were gonna say that.
It's one of the best things. You have to do it. It's like a must thing to do.
Yeah. If you're in Round Rock and you
Round
want to find something as a tourist to do,
Yes, sir.
you got to get donuts. Okay. Favorite U.S. athlete competing right now? Is there anybody you follow?
I would say like probably someone like Cole Hawker. I think he's a distance runner. I think he's a solid distance runner. He's someone you could follow and just know.
Part of his story is being a great high school runner too. Is there anything in that where that like he went from basically the grassroots level up to Oregon, now to U.S. Is there any sort of that timeline that like also connects for you or no?
I think something like his timeline was really cool. I think seeing where he started to where he is kind of now and just kind of following his, not following exactly his footsteps, but I would love to do something like that or continue a career professionally.
Yeah.
It would be cool.
I actually remember I was in San Diego when he ran Foot Locker Nationals before Foot Locker went away and now they have a new thing. But he came out of nowhere to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's something I'm hoping to replicate heading into the state season.
Love it. Okay, and he's a great guy I think to follow in terms of once every bit of it, right? When he failed to qualify for, or when he was disqualified from the 15, he got mad.
Yeah.
He said like I'm deleting Instagram. I'm not watching the race. I'm just focusing on the next thing, which was the 5K. So that's kind of a good thing to sort of look at and use as motivation.
Yes, sir.
Cool. And then this is a random one, but how fast do you think Taylor Swift can run a mile?
I think she can get up and move. I would say probably sub 6. I gotta go sub 6. I think she could do sub 6.
Taylor Swift?
I think Taylor Swift could go sub 6 in the mile.
Interesting.
I do. I think she could run. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think you give her good shoes, and I think she could do it.
Okay, that's fair. You give anybody great shoes, and all right, cool. Let's try to finish this off. Now this is a very broad question, but I guess when the season is over for you and you look back, regardless of whether you've won the big race or you've gotten to the national championship, what will you have wanted the season to be about in general? Like, what are you hoping to accomplish on a broader sense this fall when you look back?
I think on a broader sense, I think as an individual, I just want to see development. I think I have seen that. I think just the mental aspect of development I've seen, I think it's just been really good on that side of it. But also it's team success. I think team success I think we have an opportunity to do really well, and I think we've kind of flown under the radar for some rankings. And I think we have a chance to go prove ourselves, and we'll see how our team responds.
So this is a round rock play. As we get closer and closer to these big races, we want to sort of prove ourselves on the big stage.
Most definitely. So.
Okay, cool. And when you look at just your goals for the rest of the season, I know you talked about concentrating on state, then maybe putting yourself in line for national championships. How do you position yourself when you get there? So when race day comes, what mindset are you going to put yourself in?
I think the mindset I'm going to put myself in is just I've looked back at how my freshman year went, my sophomore year went, realized that I don't want to be in that position again, and I want to be in a higher position. I want to be in a more motivated position. I want my team to be motivated. I want my team to think they can do well. I want myself to do well. And I think just putting yourself out there. So if that means opening the first mile with a top 10 guy, I think that's something I want to do. Like I would realize freshman, sophomore year, it's a fast course. You got to get out, and it's not going to be easy, but you got to get out of the first 200 meters, 300 meters, and you can't be trapped behind. I think you're going to have to be able to run, and you're going to have to be able to stay up there, and like the pace is not going to slow down, and it's only going to get faster, so you just got to keep going.
You're going to have to dig in.
Yes, sir.
You're going to have to hurt a little bit.
Definitely.
Okay. What's the race you've kind of most reminiscent of that so far in your season?
I think the McNeil race. I think HOKA McNeil. I think I realized that it's a state course, so I think having that same texture, having that same like running, you're realizing like this is the same thing I'm doing at state. I think I realized that at some point I went out there quick. I got out with the group. We led. I realized the group was slowing down first mile and a half, and I realized that I got to push or someone else is going to do it. So I led the last mile and a half, and I kind of just kept on going, kept on going. And at some point, I pushed so hard where I kind of led the group.
Yeah.
And so then I was able to win the race.
You made that move?
Yes, sir.
You went with it, and you won the race.
Yes,
That's what we all want to do. And then the last question, your dad was telling us beforehand, that he played football in college. Did you always know you were going to be a runner?
I played every sport in middle school, so I think I had kept my options open, but mostly I was playing soccer. So my dad played football, which is very different than just running. It's more hitting people and doing that kind of stuff, which is a lot different than soccer was.
Right.
But then in soccer, I kind of realized that it also came with speed and came with endurance.
Yeah.
And so then I realized that I tried middle school track out, and I was fast. And I tried high school track out and realized I was fast. And then it was just one of those things where you couldn't pass up an opportunity that was presented to you, and I think it was just one of those things I had to kind of get on.
And you think you continue to surprise your parents along the way?
I think it was a very surprise. I think my goal is to kind of surprise them, but I think just that was a big switch to make from soccer to track and from cross country.
Yeah.
It's like just realizing my dad played football, and now I'm running cross country. It's just very different.
Are you an A&M fan?
I am an A&M fan. Both my parents went and kind of grew up behind the A&M football and that kind of thing. So.
And are you already in the recruiting sort of space as a junior? That was in June when it opened, right?
Yes, sir. It opened June 15th. And I'm still really on the process, but I had some coaches reach out and kind of just getting to know the process and getting to know some coaches.
Just starting out.
Yeah, and just kind of meeting some great coaches and just experiencing that.
Well, that will be really fun for you. I'm excited to see where this season takes you. Outdoor takes you, indoor takes. Are you running indoor?
I do plan to run a couple meets, not too much, but a couple here and there.
It's Texas, so we don't really get into that too much.
Yes, sir.
Cool. You got big things ahead. Postseason starts on Wednesday. Great luck to you.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming here today and chatting with us.
Yeah, thank
great.
you.
All right, man. Well, this has been the end of the second episode of On the Mark. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more interviews and content in the future.
Bye. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much.
Good job.
Thank you.